How's it going, everyone? Liam Catterson here, and we're on The Flash. This is episode number 3 for season 6, which is called Dead Man Running. And yeah, last episode was pretty hectic. We got some visions of Crisis happening, which did not sit too well with me. It didn't with Barry as well, because he found out that the Monitor's words were not of a joking variety, and that he might have to make some sacrifices down the line after slowly coming to accept it, especially thanks to Joe's words. And yeah, it was a pretty great episode last time out. It was filled with so much. It was joyful, especially Cecile's story as well, where that intertwined with the Flash's story and sacrifice as well. So I really enjoyed how that played out. But yeah, with that said, let's just delve right into this episode. Episode 3 for season 6 of The Flash. Let's go. What the frig?
Romero?
Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god.
The Monitor? What did you see? I saw
well, your vibe again,
wave of
so
antimatter sweeping over our Earth. Vaporized all of Central City, everybody.
Yep.
Including you three.
Great. I'll go mark my calendar.
We still have 7 weeks to make sure none of this happens.
Guys, Barry's right.
Well, guys,
We've changed the future before we
scary
can change
to
it again.
So
actually
what else
realize
are
it's
his
like
Guardian
several
cosplayers
weeks
say?
away. Is he not going to mention the fact that he dies to save these lives? Oh.
I have to prepare them for what's coming. They're all empty. Who would kill for dark matter?
A coward.
Is he siphoning dark matter to make himself like as a source or something like that, feeding off it? Oh.
The matter that attacked you is the person we're looking for.
The guy we're looking for stole dark matter from the stash house.
Yeah.
I did have a small amount of dark matter here.
Where'd you get it from?
From an old colleague, Ted Cord. He was actually willing to help me with my research.
Someone's out there
Bullshit!
hunting for dark
Blue
matter and he's willing
Beetle?
to kill to get it. So, whatever it is you're working on.
Look, Mr. Allen, my HLH research is very important.
You'll never guess who the perp is. Get this. Harrison Wells is alive.
Where'd you get this?
One of the McCulloch security guards and I go way back.
Nice
Two
work.
things are going through my head right now. A new Wells.
I'll tell you what, I will look into this. And in the meantime, I could use some quotes on that mayor story. The city council's wondering how long this new one's gonna last.
I'd rather...
Guess what? You can have the footage
Oh, great.
for $5,000.
Whoosh.
And
Oh,
David.
what? This guy's up his own ass.
Come back and see me when you got the green. Good to see you, Ralphie boy.
This guy
was a bust.
needs to chill.
Oh, well.
First he tries to lie about the cameras, and now he's charging $5,000.
We might not got the green. We can earn it.
The guy's having his buffet. I don't think he's dead.
What did you do?
Stop the zombie, basically.
What did you do?
Oncologists in the Western Hemisphere. There's a creature out there with a metastasized blood chemistry with the strength
Oh,
of 10
boy.
men, and he's getting stronger by the minute. Please, let me help.
The satellite's facial
This can't go
recognition
down
spotted
well.
our new well.
What's your name?
Iris West Allen.
Well,
Don't you forget it.
Woo! Queen! Yeah, I'm sure you did, Cisco.
And there you are.
I'm sure you did.
Oh, no. Debbie, that has
You had,
me
like-
leaving at 9:30.
you had that,
We
like,
need to know
Galahad
where we were at
bitch.
10 o'clock, the exact time of the robbery. Explain.
If Marv is alive, what about your other boyfriends? How many of them are alive?
Wait, have all of her boyfriends...
Okay, all of them. Ralph, hey.
Whoa!
It's okay. This is a good thing because Marv is Debbie's alibi. So your mom is.
And you
going
get
to jail.
multiple
yeah,
daddies.
let's focus on that.
Marv, Doug, Craig, Nick. There's another one downstairs. I'll get it.
You're leaving him alone. You're leaving him alone, Barry. No, 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 no. Why? Why? Why?
I had a feeling about
Oh. 10 steps ahead.
I hope that was wrong. But I know a desperate man when I see one. I'm marking my calendar with the days I have left to live. And I'm gonna spend them saving as many people as I can.
You're not a coward. You're just naive.
He's not naive. Not everyone who accepts their journey might be coming to an end is a coward. Good on Ramsey.
You know, I don't understand you, Barry. You march towards death without fear, just like Mum. Where is it you get your strength?
Probably the same place she did. People I love.
I see. Well, it must have been incredibly hard to tell them.
Yeah, because he hasn't told them he's dying.
Let's go, Ramon. And we are friends of the Council of Wells.
Friends, happy.
Those idiots. Okay, now.
Okay,
Glad
listen.
someone agrees.
Chase, you
Let me ask you a question. Do I look like I want to hold hands? Interesting.
If you want your toys back, you might just have to.
Very bold. What the hell is this guy?
When the time is right, I will tell you everything. I promise.
And then we'll
We're journalists.
upgrade you to
It's our job. to
Star
tell people the
Labs
truth,
and
not
you,
control it.
yeah.
Even if it's tough to say or hard as hell to hear. Just saying, boss.
Bad.
Why are you trying to hit a real target?
Oh, you sure? You're supposed to die on December 10th, not. Oh man.
That actually does kind of make me feel better.
That's why you can't let the threat of losing tomorrow keep you from making the most of today.
That is so true.
I want to spend
man.
the rest of today making sure that Mitch Romero doesn't hurt anyone else.
That's the spirit, girl. Oh, never go to the vents. Never go to the vents, dude. You want to live. Ah, he's gonna be right behind you. It's because of that bond, isn't it? You're just like me. Oh my god, don't do this. Please, dude. So effortless.
Oh, I miss all the fun.
Next time we have to lock up an undead Meta, is all yours.
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna break out, isn't he? Well, shit me. Don't like too much food on your plate, do you? Ew with a capital E.
You were right. Anger really does cloud judgment.
But Mom, why did you break up with all the others?
They always wanted more than I could give.
You get scared. I know, because I'm the same way.
Oh man,
Which is why I
okay.
made you something.
I kind of feel
An
bad for
addendum
her.
for the book of Ralph.
For God's sake.
I think I'm cut out for joy.
I'm thinking the same thing
But I
about
want
me.
that joy for you, Ralph. Love, happiness, the whole kit and caboodle. I want you to go find that.
I love how her
Don't
mother
worry
isn't a
about
bad soul.
me.
She's just, I think she's
Okay, Ralph?
Come on.
cut out for it. I feel stronger. No, you don't, dude. Dude, you just need to chill. Let's kill her having a birthday party. Oh god, it's Snake Eye.
I don't know how to tell him.
Try with me by your side.
Oh.
Barry, keeping this secret all day hasn't felt right.
No, it hasn't. I felt it was
Let's
not
tell
right.
them together.
I saw billions of possible futures. The only time
When Doctor Strange.
everyone survives was the one where I died. I have to die in crisis.
Ooh.
None of you can try and save me.
That's where he's fine. I was gonna say, someone shoved that rare substance in a bloody sewer. Okay. I'm very much more intrigued about this new Harrison Nash Wells, as he's called. But yeah, that was really great for Barry to tell the group that he is perishing at Crisis, because I even felt when he first laid out the details at the beginning of the episode, you're not going to tell me you're dying, basically, because it doesn't sound like he told them beforehand, and even so, telling someone that you're going to die is pretty much a big deal. You're not going to leave that off the air, so yeah. And now we get to see, I guess, how Team Flash are going to prepare with a world without the Flash, with a world where Barry is no longer going to be here. But yeah, it was pretty sick. I did love the interactions with Ramsey and Barry in this episode. I don't know why, but I'm kind of getting an alchemy vibe from, like, a more, I say bloodthirsty, yeah. A bloodthirsty vibe of alchemy with Ramsey. Where he agrees to work with Barry, but he's not outright attacking him and all of that. He's although he does have his, like, um I wouldn't say grudge after that discussion, when after that little spit spat after Ramsey tried to steal the dark matter thing. Um, but yeah, he's not his best buddy. That's basically it. But I don't know why, but I am getting an alchemy vibe from him. Which, that being said, Julian, like, he should have like still been on the Flash, to be fair. And it sucks that he's not, but I'm missing alchemy now. No, but it was really good. And it was really good to see how life and death was troubling the mind of Frost again, with the fact that she was fearing for her own death with Crisis, and she was like, that pain was overwhelming her, especially when it came to judgment calls with Mitch. Which I had a feeling it wasn't, like, even when she, like, yeeted him out the window, she was not going to kill him, because um I think in general I think it was already established anyways that dark matter was um like, would make you super resistant anyways. Not immortal, but I had a feeling that was never going to be it for Mitch anyway, so yeah. And even so, like, he seemed to be the big focus in this episode, so to get rid of him, like, 10 minutes in the episode was, like, not going to be easy. It was not going to be that obvious, was it? So yeah, but yeah, I wouldn't say this was as good as it was still fun. It was, for some reason, I don't know, with the Killer Frost party, with everything. I don't know. I would say this is what season 4 should have been like. Um, and whatnot, had it had better writing, especially with Ralph's mother in the mix. because that was pretty emotional towards the end as well. And I'm going to get personal with that in my recap. But yeah, I felt like this was an episode that would have, like, that could have been easily season 4 material had it had better writing. So yeah, I really liked that episode. I don't know. The more I think back at it and how touching it was, I guess, and how, just thinking about the episode in general, I do think it is actually better than the second episode. I think I was relying so much on the second episode with that crisis bit that um is going to be replaying in my head until crisis does arrive. But in all honesty, this was a pretty solid episode. I don't know. I think they have a new showrunner as well. Um so and I was gonna say, you can really feel how carefully done the show is, like how the new showrunner, if I am to be right, is taking extra steps to make sure this show finds its footing again. Because you can certainly feel like there are a lot of differences. Like Barry's not as gullible anymore, and the the story is becoming less tiresome, I feel, in general. Like I said, I think this would be a really appropriate story. Like, well, barring the crisis talk, of course, because, well, then again, part of this episode resonates with crisis, especially. But like, if this was season 4, this would be one of the best episodes, just with how well written it was. Um, yeah, it was just a pretty great, it was a pretty great job. Like, I really loved how, like, surprised I was with, like, Barry being able to catch out Ramsey, like how he was able to dupe him. Because I was thinking, oh, Barry, because this is the thing, I'm so used to Barry acting like a bit of an idiot at times, that something like Barry just duping Ramsey is like pretty unseen, and like it was a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. And I really liked that. And I also like the fact that these characters are more like like they are more spread out this season and doing stuff like on their own. And they have, in like, all of them so far have pretty interesting stories that either do connect with Barry, like Cecile's um did, which made the whole thing even stronger. Or they do stuff independently, and they have really, and their stories don't feel dry whatsoever. Like Iris and Cisco, they had Allegra basically say, "Hey, it's Harrison Wells," which I'm glad that she's pointing out that Harrison Wells is still alive. Because I feel like nobody else, like, that was one of my main gripes. Like, especially if one of the doppelgangers were out in public, no one was batting an eye. So to see Allegra find out that, hey, it's that Harrison Wells dude, yeah, that was a welcoming sight as well. And I like how Iris was being understanding. Like, she can't just say, well, we have a multiverse, so deal with it. She tried to hide it because, of course, you can't introduce everyone to the whole idea to the multiverse. You have a very like secluded team with you, and any, like, it's best to keep it that way, especially when you're facing enemies, especially. So yeah. um but I like how she tried to skirt around the Harrison Wells situation, and Allegra understandably wasn't having any of it, but you can understand why Iris was a bit, yeah. Speaking of this new version of Wells, I like him. He does remind me of Harry from Earth 2, which I do have to point out. Why has nobody checked up on Earth 2? Like, why hasn't, like, following from the last episode, why hasn't anyone raised concern with crisis looming on the horizon? I'm just saying, like, surely Cisco can contact, see if everything's okay, and yeah, you get what I'm saying. So yeah. But I do like how this version of Wells is pretty. He's pretty smart and he's pretty Indiana Jones-ish. They even made jokes about I dropped my thing. They even made jokes about how he was basically the Indiana Jones Harrison Wells, and he thinks the Council of Wells is a bit of a joke, which I guess I could agree with him because I thought that was all filler and that it was pretty okay, but it wasn't really necessary after one usage, I guess. So yeah, um, like for me personally, but yeah, I liked how Iris and Cisco teamed up because you have these like different pairings as well. Like, I don't think you usually see Iris and Cisco usually together, and you had Barry and Killer working together as well. So I really liked the different pairings because it's allowing actors to rotate and have more diversity with their acting. So I'm really liking that inclusion that I'm starting to notice as well. Um, I really do side with Killer. I'm really loving the focus we're having with her this season, especially now that she's been given this release, this chance to live, and we are focusing so much on life. Which is funny. It's like she's a newborn baby into this world, and there's a lot of emphasis on life, and especially with the crisis talk she's fearing so much, and there's that pain that allowed her to kind of dictate her actions in the sense, and it prompted Barry to work with her a lot more closely um as he's preparing to say goodbye to this world. And yeah, like we knew that guy was a zombie anyways because of the last episode, so it was okay for Killer to just yeet him out the window. But um Barry, it's understandable why he acted out because he didn't know what Mitch was after like he didn't know what Mitch was basically, and that's why him exploding Barry had basically being given the green light for um him to be exploded wasn't contradictory because he was more dead than than who he used to be. So yeah, there was no way reverting him back to his normal state. It seemed. I really found that really fascinating when Ramsey felt that bond with Mitch with that dark matter power. So it was really creepy and fascinating as well. Um, the scene with Barry and Ramsey as well confronting each other was really great. Like I'm liking the actor for Ramsey so much, and I really love how they talked about how different they are when it comes to their feelings towards death. With Ramsey, you can see that dread about confronting death, and then Barry is the opposite. He's more accepting, even if Ramsey has reservations about those accepting death as cowards and not fighting it. It is very riveting to see the main villain for this first part um, bounce off Barry, and like I said, he's a very good actor from what he's presented thus far, and it was very intense. I even love the snide remarks he gives to Barry as well. Like especially when he walked out of Star Lab, see you in like your next life. That was really cold, but no, I just think he's just being a fascinating contribution so far. So it's all well and good. Um, I do have a feeling that Frost is going to be the one to end him. I feel like there's a lot of emphasis going to be placed on Frost, and I feel there's obviously that connection with Caitlin and Bloodwork as well. So especially if he can heal from any wound, with this being able to uh, be a way to cure his HLH disease that's currently going on. So yeah, I'm really excited to see how that does conclude. I also did like as well Barry comforting, should I say, Killer about the prospect of life as well, because after being told about Crisis, she was like I've just alluded to about the fact that she was being a bit rash. And I like the quote about Barry saying, what was it? You can't let the looming threat of losing tomorrow keep you from making the best of today. Yeah. I really, really loved that quote. I thought it was really, really well written. And then there was Ralph's backstory as well with his mother, which I thought was which I thought it was personally going to suck at first. But again, this season is knocking you out the park, even with these storylines that aren't as like vital and that develop the character. This episode was no exception. Like, it developed on Ralph's background and how Ralph saw father figures out of his mother's boyfriend, and you felt so much for the mother as well. Like, because, well, I did personally, because I thought like she was going to be some kind of bad parent who was going to be forgotten about, like, as soon as the episode ended. But I do resonate with her because, like, um, she felt like she couldn't make them happy and like she didn't deserve joy. And I honestly do feel like that. Like, um, I have taken myself off the dating sites because, um, I feel like people would just struggle with, like, especially with, like, if I'm entering I guess a mainstream world with my autism. I feel like that might be a bit of a burden for some people because, um sadly, there are people, and there are people who um do see handling people that might have autism, should for example, as a bit of a burden. And relationships are a very, very big thing, a big test. So I have that I'm trying a new thing because this year has been an absolute bitch. So I'm ending the year high and I'm allowing my confidence, so I might get into the dating world again. But uh I do kind of like feel for her because I feel like making people happy is a bit of a stretch, and that I don't deserve that joy. Um, so she is like, she feels like she can't offer them what they want, and yeah, you just feel so bad. You just feel a bit bad for her. So yeah, but it was a great backstory to Ralph's past. So it was really, really well done. But it was a stellar episode. I really thought this was well done. Season 6 is just continuing to be impressive. I know we're only 3 episodes in, but I'm getting a good vibe from this season with, like I said, the different pairings, the independence of these characters, and how different it feels. Like, Barry's not acting stupid anymore. Um, the story feels like it's being taken with precision, which is really, really good stuff. So I'm loving how this season is going, not gonna lie. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right. If you want to check out more of my content, you can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care. I will see you guys next time. Toodles!